Hey there, good to see you again. It's October now, and while the air's getting cooler, things around Social Security are definitely heating up. Between the ongoing government shutdown, a delayed cost of living adjustment announcement, and major changes to how payments are delivered, this month feels like one of the most important times to stay informed. Even though benefits are still going out, a lot is shifting behind the scenes. How you get paid, how your future benefits are calculated, and even who qualifies for them. These aren't just policy updates. They're things that could affect your wallet, your routine, and your peace of mind. So, let's talk about what's happening right now, what's changing, and what you can do to stay prepared. Before we get started, I'd love to hear from you. If you could fix one thing about the Social Security system today, what would it be? Maybe faster service, simpler online tools, or just clearer communication. Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I read through a lot of them and it really helps build a better picture of what everyone's going through. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next update when these changes roll out even further. Let's start with the question everyone's asking about right now. What's happening with payments in October? First off, your benefits are still being paid on time, even though the government is partially shut down. Social Security benefits are funded through a permanent appropriation, which means the money doesn't rely on Congress passing a new spending bill. But here's the thing, even if the payments are on schedule, many offices are running on limited staff. Around 6,000 of the agency's 51,000 workers have been furloughed. Local offices are open, but the services are trimmed down. You can still apply for benefits, appeal a decision, or report a death, but you may have trouble with things like replacing Medicare cards, correcting earnings records, or getting proof of income letters. Phone lines are slower too, and a lot of people are noticing longer wait times when calling in. Now let's go over the October payment schedule. If you receive Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, your October payment arrived on Wednesday, October 1st. For those who get regular Social Security, if you started receiving benefits before May 1997, or if you received both Social Security and SSI, your payment came on Friday, October 3rd. Everyone else will get their deposits based on birthdays. If your birthday is between the 1st and 10th, your payment hits on Wednesday, October 8th. If your birthday is between the 11th and 20th, expect it on Wednesday, October 15th. And if it falls between the 21st and the 31st, your payment will arrive on Wednesday, October 22nd. Direct deposits usually show up early in the morning, but with the shutdown slowing down some administrative tasks, if you notice any slight delay, don't panic. It's most likely a processing slowdown, not a missed payment. Speaking of payments, the big story this month is that paper checks are officially being phased out. Starting September 30th, the SSA stopped mailing checks for nearly all beneficiaries. From now on, payments must go through direct deposit or the Treasury-backed Direct Express card. The reason behind this shift is efficiency and security. Electronic payments are faster, harder to lose, and much less likely to be stolen or delayed. But this change has been stressful for some. About 500,000 people still rely on paper checks, often because they don't have a bank account or access to digital tools. The SSA says waivers are available if you meet certain conditions, like being over 90 or living somewhere without reasonable banking access. But for most people, the switch is required. If you haven't set yours up yet, now is the time to do it. And here's a quick tip. If you're struggling with setting up direct deposit, check if your local community center, library, or senior organization is hosting a digital banking day. Volunteers can walk you through the process and help make sure your information is set up correctly. It might save you hours of frustration on the phone. Now let's talk about something a lot of people have been waiting on: the cost of living adjustment, or COLA. Normally, the COLA is announced in mid-October, but with the government shutdown, it might be delayed. That's because the inflation data used to calculate it comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and nearly all of its employees have been furloughed. The good news is the data for September. The final month in the formula has already been collected, so the announcement should still come out, even if it's a little late. Right now, analysts are estimating a 2.7 to 2.8% increase for 2026. That would mean around $54 more per month for the average retiree, bringing a $2,000 benefit up to about $2,054 starting in January. So that's helpful, but there's a catch. Medicare premiums are expected to rise too. The Medicare trustees are projecting that the standard Part B premium will increase from $185 to $206.50 next year, which could eat up most or even all of that COLA raise for some people. And for those on Part D prescription drug plans, premiums could rise from around $35 to as high as $50 per month. It's a reminder that while COLA helps offset inflation, it doesn't always go as far as we'd like once healthcare costs are factored in. And that brings up another big change that's shaping October: the continuing rollout of modernization inside the Social Security Administration. A new commissioner, Frank Bisignano, took over earlier this year with a background in finance and technology. He's been pushing to make the SSA more tech-forward, but some of the transitions have been rocky. There's growing concern about reduced staff, longer call center wait times, and a recent whistleblower report claiming that Social Security data may have been mishandled during a system migration. The agency insists the data is secure, but the story has raised eyebrows, especially given the recent cuts to staff and the emphasis on automation. For people who prefer talking to a person over using a website, these changes have felt frustrating. Now, even beyond the shutdown and the COLA delay, there are some policy changes you should know about that are starting to make an impact this month. One of the biggest long-term reforms is the repeal of the windfall elimination provision and the government pension offset, known as WEP and GPO. These were long-standing rules that reduced Social Security benefits for millions of teachers, firefighters, and public employees who also had pensions from non-Social Security jobs. As of this year, those penalties are gone. That means many retirees are now seeing larger checks, and some have already received retroactive lump sum adjustments for 2024. It's one of the few pieces of good news this year for people who felt penalized under the old rules. But there's another change that's stirring some debate: new rules being drafted around disability benefits. The administration is reviewing how age factors into determining eligibility for Social Security disability insurance. Right now, older applicants are more likely to be approved because age is considered a factor in whether someone can adapt to new kinds of work. The proposed rule could remove or raise that threshold, making it harder for some older applicants to qualify. Just pausing for a moment to share something that could really help you or someone you care about. If you're 65 or older, or helping someone who is, you probably know how overwhelming Medicare can feel. The mailers, the endless calls, all claiming they have the best plan, it's exhausting. When my team and I were looking into this, we came across Chapter, and what stood out wasn't just that they compare all 24,000 plus plans. It was their story. The founders built Chapter after their own parents got stuck in the wrong Medicare plans, and they realized just how many people were being misled or pressured into making choices that weren't right for them. That's what makes Chapter different. Their advisors aren't paid to push one plan over another. They're salaried, independent, and genuinely there to help you. You'll speak with a real person who takes the time to understand your doctors, prescriptions, and preferences and helps you make a decision you feel good about. And the call is totally free. No pressure, no gimmicks, just honest support. If you're already in the right plan, they'll tell you. And if not, they'll help you find one that better fits your needs. If you want to talk to someone today, give Chapter a call at 615-639-1937 or visit askchapter.org/money. Again, that's 615-639-1937. It's free, and it might save you a lot of stress. All right, now let's get back to it. Qualify. Supporters say it's about fairness and updating outdated standards, while critics warn it could push disabled seniors into early retirement or force them onto other programs with less support. It's not in effect yet, but it's definitely one to keep an eye on as it develops. And of course, there's the big question a lot of you ask about in the comments: the trust fund. The latest projections say the combined Social Security trust funds could run short by 2033. Lawmakers are debating solutions, including raising the payroll tax cap so high earners contribute more. That could help patch the shortfall for now, but experts warn it won't solve everything. The underlying math still depends on how many people are working, how long they're living, and how fast the economy grows. For now, benefits are safe, but every year without action makes the eventual fix more complicated. If you've been feeling uneasy about all of this, you're not alone. Many people are saying this is one of the most uncertain times for Social Security in decades. Between the shift to payments, the possible delay in COLA, and the shutdown freezing parts of the agency, it's a lot to keep track of. So what can you do right now to stay ahead? First, double-check that your payment method is set up correctly, whether it's direct deposit or the Direct Express card. Second, make sure your My Social Security account is active and secure. It's your best tool for monitoring payments, updating information, and catching any issues early. Third, keep an eye out for the official COLA announcement later this month. It'll determine what your benefit will look like in January. I know this can feel like a lot to absorb, but remember, staying informed is the best defense. Every change comes with challenges, but also with opportunities to plan smarter. And I really want to know, how is the switch to direct deposit going for you? Have you run into any problems with payments or delays during the shutdown? Leave a comment below and share your experience. You never know, your story might help someone else who's going through the same thing. If you found this update helpful, give it a thumbs up so more people can find it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's the perfect time. There's a lot more happening in the next few weeks, from the final COLA announcement to possible updates on Medicare premiums. And I'll be here to walk you through it all, step by step. So, stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next one.